everyone. Welcome back to Love and Life Sorted. I'm Dr. Sandy Toe, and I'm so excited today to have my childhood friend Denise with me. Hi, Denise.
Hi.
Yeah, you know what? It's so surreal to have you chat with me here because, we've known each other for more than 30 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We met in high school, and she's like one of my very first friends at that
Yeah.
school.
I know.
And it's so surreal that we're having this chat like she's like a high-powered lawyer now, a successful lawyer, a partner in a law firm, and sitting across from me and like being on my podcast.
And I can't believe you have a podcast.
Yeah.
It's so not you.
I know, it's crazy, right? Like, who would know 30 years before
No.
this would be our chat?
Yes. I know.
Right, okay,
It's a good chat.
yeah.
It's a good topic.
We always have like such good chats, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, well, this time it's gonna be like a public one.
I know. I will
Right.
try not to swear.
No, don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. So, so Denise, like, tell us a little bit about how you got here, where you are now. Like, a little bit about your impressive background.
See me how I became a lawyer?
Yeah.
Yes, I guess, I actually never thought that I would become a lawyer. I mean, it wasn't planned. I'm not, I didn't go up thinking I wanted to be a lawyer. I don't think when we were
Oh,
young.
really? It wasn't like your childhood dream to
No,
be a lawyer?
you were friends with me when we were kids.
But what was it? Like a doctor? Because your dad's a doctor.
I thought I wanted to do international relations, right? So I went to college, undergrad. I studied international relations. I wanted to do things with, kind of having grown up in Hong Kong and then studied in different countries, like in the States, I just wanted to do something international. But then after college, I wasn't quite ready. I didn't know what I wanted to do yet. So I decided to go to law school just to, have a few more years of education like you. You had more, but
you went to Georgetown.
Yes, Georgetown for law school, and then give myself a few more years. And law is a useful degree, right? You can do international relations with law, and a lot of people in politics or foreign services they get a law degree as well. So that kind of stumbled upon it,
And then you went to work in New York for a few years in the law firm?
Yes. Yeah. So then when I graduated, I thought I'd work in a law firm for a few years, get the experience, and then do something else,
Right.
But just kind of ended up staying because the work was very interesting. I learned a lot. It's very high paced, very busy all the time. But it was also very, interesting because I do mergers and acquisitions. So it's a lot of investments, cross border, all interesting stuff. Lots of hours. Yeah. So after a few years in New York, I moved back to Hong Kong. Originally, again, thinking I'd just do a few years. I don't seem to plan, very long term for myself. I was like, I'll just come back to Hong Kong for a few years because wanted to see Asia. And then now it is, I know, but my parents moved away. So that's why I don't think we thought, I would end up in Hong Kong because my parents were still here for sure, but they have moved, right? So, And somehow I ended up staying and made partner. They made me move to Beijing. I spent 10 years in Beijing and then just moved back. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so where did you meet your husband? Was it in Hong Kong?
Yes, so it's interesting. Right after I moved back to Hong Kong, I met my husband. Yes, when I was 30.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So was it through friends or
Friends of friends?
how?
Yes.
Friends of friends.
Yes.
Okay. And how was that like? Was it easy to find someone? Because were you already like really busy back then?
I think Hong Kong work was less busy than New York work in general. But yeah, and in Hong Kong, people are quite social, at least back in that age. And now we never go out, right? But back then, you didn't go out that much by then. But, you'd go out quite a lot. I mean, Hong Kong is one of those work hard, play hard places, right? People work hard and then they still might go out after getting off work. You go grab a drink with friends. That's how I met my husband. I think I went to the races with a friend on a Wednesday night.
Like the horse races?
Yes, like in Happy Valley.
Yes. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know like exact,
that's how we met.
The story.
I was with my friend. We went to, Wednesday night, get a beer.
Right.
And Matt, my husband, was there.
Right.
Gambling, betting on horses by himself, like the loner that he
seriously?
Yes.
He he was just there like
by himself. He likes to bet on horses. Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Does he have a good eye for them? Does he
I
make
don't
money
know.
out of it?
I don't think he does it anymore. So, but he was just there reading a book and betting on horses. So we ran into him, and then we went. A group of us. We went out for drinks after.
Okay, so he wasn't intentionally introduced to you. Like
No.
you and your friends just ran into him, and he
Yes.
knew your friend.
Yes.
That is so
But Hong Kong is one of those places.
serendipitous. Yeah.
Yes. I think you kind of, if you go out, you always have opportunities to meet people, no?
Okay, well, but you would have to click with that person too. You know?
Yes.
Mhm.
But obviously, the more people you meet, the more the higher
yes.
likelihood it is.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
Right?
yeah. So the key is to go out more, like
I
get
think
yourself
so.
out there more if you're single.
Yeah, mingle. I mean,
Right.
You're not going to meet. Although nowadays, I think people meet online, right? Because it's not our generation. So maybe you don't have to go out
We
as
didn't
much.
have those dating apps back
No.
then.
I know, right?
Lucky for us.
So I don't know how it works, but I think nowadays a lot of people do meet their other half through apps. Yeah.
Yes. Well, some say it's successful and some say it's not.
Right.
We don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, hard to say. But I think, again, the more people you meet, the more chances you have of meeting someone that you click with, right? I think.
Okay, yeah, so that's your advice, right? So no
Yes.
matter how busy you are, you still have to make some time, like after work, after
Yes.
hours, to just go, like do something.
Yes. And it doesn't have to be deliberate, right? But you do things like you can have a hobby, if you work out, you can meet people at the gym, right? Or at certain activities that you like, depending on what it is.
But like you're extroverted, obviously. And
I'm not.
But you have a lot of friends. Like you're very social and the thing is with you, you're very open-minded. Like people ask you to go like racing, you're like, well, it's not something I would do, but I would go anyway. Like you're very open to try anything is my impression of you. Like maybe it was for me, like it's like, what? It's like 10 p.m. I'm like, forget it.
But that's why it took you longer to meet.
It took me
your husband
5 years longer than you.
Yes, because you see, if you gone out more or been more open-minded.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
everyone's different, obviously.
Yeah, so that is something like a very good like asset of yours is that you're always open to try something new, and sometimes you would like pull me along when I'm like really sluggish. You'd say, "Oh, just go," like don't be.
You were more open to this when you were younger, right?
Yeah. Before I like immersed myself in like writing and studying, I had no time to, I just wanted to lay down and rest. Yeah. But yeah, before I think we like you're the one who always like pulled me out to do.
We used to go out,
stuff that I wouldn't normally do. I would always be the one complaining, and you're always be like the one who's persuading to do it. So so no wonder you had a chance to meet someone like at 30.
Yeah, 30's already kind of late, no?
Not in today's terms.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe back then in our parents' terms.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, hey, so for you, would you think that you're glad that you met someone sort of earlier than later? Because like the later you get, would it be harder?
I think so.
And
although
why?
I think depending on your career path, 30 is kind of around the right time, because I think if you met someone too early, it's hard to develop and then, have kids and get married. I think all of that timeline worked quite well for me, because as a junior lawyer, it'll be very hard to have a kid, right? And take time off work. I think now it might be more accepted, right? But back then, I think in my firm in New York, almost no women partner had a kid during their time as an associate. They would either have the kid in law school when they were in school, or, after they make partner, right? Which is how people used to do it, I think, in old school. So I think if you meet too early, it might also be tough, right? It might not be the right timing. But I agree, like later is easier because you have more control over your schedule, but then you're also older, and, some, maybe the men are already married, right?
Yes.
And also you're less open to going out, and people get lazier, I feel like, when you're older. And the pool of dating candidates diminish.
Right. And why do you think it's like for everywhere, it's like more single women than men at that age group?
Is it because men can date younger women? Although I've heard women nowadays also date younger men.
Yeah.
Like it's less taboo.
Right. And also, I think like logistically, there just are more eligible women than men. Like if you look at the numbers, actually, it's like a
Really?
numbers game. Yeah, like in a lot of advanced countries.
But what does that mean? Just well educated, presentable,
Yeah,
the kind
yeah,
you would want
like
to
college
have
educated.
a long term relationship with.
Yeah, yeah. The
Okay.
pool of women is like slightly more than men in a lot of states in the U.S. Like New
Really?
York, it's
Okay.
the worst for meeting. So like the John Berger, like the guy who wrote Datanomics, he recommends them moving to like Silicon Valley because there are
Oh yeah.
more
But then you're
like
dating tech
tech
guys.
guys, like
I
single
heard
tech
they're kind of
guys,
they're
geeky.
yeah, just different, you know?
Okay, but they're like very well off and very like eligible, right? It's just like they have
It
no
depends on what
time
you're looking
to
for. Yeah.
no time to meet women, and so those
And
finance
can't
women,
communicate,
yeah,
maybe. I
yeah,
don't
they should
know. Don't
ask
want to
them to open up,
overgeneralize.
like get them to open up, and then they'll find the catch there. If they're
Depends on
not
what you're
finding
looking for.
anything, in their own state, then they should move over there.
Maybe.
Yeah, well,
I heard it's tough though.
yeah, okay, so right, so you're lucky that you you grabbed the moment, like at
Yes.
the right moment to find a partner, have kids, and then carry on with having a successful career.
Hmm.
But how do you balance it all now? Like is it equally tough because now you're really high powered, right? Like really busy in your partner title. Then how do you balance you have two daughters?
Yes. So I think where I'm lucky because my husband um, works from home and kind of semi-retired, right? So he takes on a lot of the
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
the work required for the household and taking care of the kids,
Right,
right?
right,
Which
right,
I
right,
think we're
right.
lucky to have because I think it'd be very hard for me to do what I'm doing and be as busy and travel all the time if sure, you can have help. Hong Kong's one of those places where it's
Mm-mm-mm.
great and you have a lot of help, right? You have helpers, you can have,
Yeah.
drivers, people to take care of
Mm-hmm.
your kids, but you still want to, it's still helpful to have a parent or family member around, I think. In
Yeah.
China, it's
Yeah.
helpful. In China, it's the other way. There's a lot of help, but you also get a lot of family help. I feel like Hong Kong's not as close. Like, in China, a lot of people could, like, their parents live with their in-laws, might
Mm-hmm.
live with them and take care of the
Mm.
kids, right?
Oh,
While
okay.
both parents work. And in Hong
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Kong, you have parents support, but they don't do
They're
that
not that
much. Yeah.
hands-on.
They might help on the weekend.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
just
I
weekends.
agree. So in China, what we
Mm.
saw is a lot of people live with the mom's
Right, right,
parents,
right,
right?
right,
So they
right.
help.
Mm-mm-mm.
But for me, like my husband stays at home and he deals with all of the household, what we're having for dinner, what the kids are having for lunch, and picking them up, taking them to classes. So I think that's
Ah, yeah.
helpful to have. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
It's
it's
not
like
a requirement, but
essential. It's
yes,
sort of
but it's
essential.
helpful, very helpful.
Right, right. Well, given like the long hours that you
Yes.
have, and you travel like every other week.
It's less now that I've moved back, maybe 1 to 2 times a month.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Okay, like quite demanding, right?
Yes.
Mm-mm. How many hours do you work like a day on
Well,
average?
I don't know. What I'm trying to count, but I think it's just I have a lot more freedom to uh, work, like do certain things. So I don't have to work continuously necessarily during work hours, but I usually work until quite late. So I try to
Mm,
get
mm.
home and have dinner with the kids. And then, so I'll have like a good an hour and a half or 2 hours that,
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
I'm not working. And then and then after
Mm.
from 9 onwards, I'm probably working until midnight. So I try to break up my
Oh,
day.
I see, I
Yeah.
see.
Like I would
Okay.
say 8 to 10 hours,
Okay. Well,
of what I
that's
call work.
okay. It's not that bad. And considering
Mm.
you can do some of it back home too.
Yes.
Yeah,
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 that
yeah.
there's flexibility, especially nowadays after COVID. I think people are more open to working from home. And the more
Mhm,
senior you get, of
mhm.
course, you can dictate a bit more,
Right,
right?
right,
Whether
right.
you're working
Okay.
from home or the
Cool, cool,
office.
cool. And
Yes.
so you can look after look at some schoolwork
I
and
try to help with the Chinese homework because my
right.
husband's Chinese is not good. But other than that,
He's Chinese though, is he?
yes.
Yeah.
He went
Okay.
to, well, he grew up here actually until college, but he went to
Mm.
British school. So he didn't learn, back then you don't have to learn Chinese as well.
Right, right, right.
So he speaks Canto, but he doesn't read or write really.
Hmm. Okay.
So he
So
can't help
you
with the
guys
homework.
communicate in Cantonese and English and
Yes.
Mandarin as
Yes.
well?
I try to communicate with the kids in Mandarin.
Mm. Yeah, and you can, chat with them, and everything because they're like getting older. Like
The
they're,
kids?
yeah, yeah,
Chat
they're.
with them and what?
How old are they?
8 and 10.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. They're
Okay.
getting a bit more independent. It's good,
Mm-hmm.
less tiring, right? When they were
Mm-hmm.
younger, it was more tiring.
So, do you think it's hard for you to find a balance between your busy career and your family life?
I think so, but I think it's hard for everyone. Like, different, if you're in, everyone has different circumstances, and stay at home moms find it hard, right? I would find it hard to stay at home all day and just do kid
Mm-mm.
stuff and cooking or whatever, right? Like
Mm-mm.
it depends on the person, but I think everyone needs to find balance and with whatever job you have.
So for you, you never thought about quitting your job?
Um, I think I would be bored if I completely quit my job. I think sometimes I fantasize about
Mm.
doing something less involved,
Mm,
and
mm,
still
mm,
having
mm.
a job, but something that's more 9 to 5, so that I
Right, right,
have,
right.
fixed times and evenings and weekends are free for sure. But I think that's hard, right? Because there's pros and cons to having a 9 to 5. Like, for example, I could, if my kid had a recital at
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
school with my current job, unless there's something super urgent that I have to do at that time, I could set aside an hour and stop by the school and see the recital, right? But if I had a 9 to 5
mm-hmm.
job, it might be harder because it's not so easy for you to just take an hour out of your day.
Right, right, right.
I think it
Yeah,
depends, yes.
yeah. And you have like set lunch hour and everything.
No.
I mean, for like a
Yeah, yeah.
nine to
If you
five,
are
you
nine
have
to
a
five,
set lunch hour,
exactly.
but for you, you can be
Yeah.
more
Yeah,
flexible if you're
exactly. As
out.
long as I
Yeah.
finish my work,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like a compromise. I guess
Yes.
like it's about
Yeah. It's hard
yeah.
to say which one's better.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I actually know someone also like it's like a dream for all of you career women
Mm.
that to have a job that's less demanding, but there's something to do as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I just
I'm sure
met up with
everyone wants that, I guess.
yeah, another friend who's like you. Like
Right.
she's like an investment banker. And
Mm.
then she's like, yeah, I've always dreamed
Right.
of, having like a career because I'd be bored if I weren't
Right.
doing anything. But I hope maybe something
Yeah,
in
yeah.
university, then it's less demanding.
Yeah, yeah.
It's only like half of what I'm doing now,
Right.
except something that I can be committed to,
Yes.
and something like that.
I agree.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like
But it is
all of
it's
your
never perfect.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
It seems to be everyone's dream.
I know. I don't
for,
know. Is that your dream?
for career women. No, well, for me, I'm like more laid back. Like
Okay.
I've left academia and never looked back.
Yeah, but you were
Uh,
in academia for a long time,
yeah, 10 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
But
you're very involved in that and
yeah, I
very.
left when I had like when my kid was 3 or something. Yeah,
So
yeah.
do you think it's because you have your kid, that's why you left? Because let's
Yeah,
say
a
if you
large
didn't have
part.
him,
Yeah.
you would stay because, you
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
mind.
Of course. It
Okay.
makes like every
Yeah.
difference,
Yes,
like because
that's
of the
true.
kid. Like
Yeah.
so demanding at home,
Yes.
like the
It's a lot to do.
attention and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't think full-time moms have it easy either. It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, for sure. Like I think I spent like 5 years just being really hands-on with him
Yeah.
until he went to primary
I
school.
heard you didn't leave the house.
Yeah,
I'm just
like
kidding,
I
but yeah.
hardly that's true.
Yeah.
Like I hardly did anything without him. And
Yeah.
then it's like recently that I just came back out
Yeah.
to do something with my career.
I know. I'm
Mm.
told that men
Mm.
don't feel the same way. But I think it depends on the guy, right? My husband's like super involved at home, but I've heard a lot of working dads,
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
just do work, they still go out with friends or they have me time. I was
Mm-hmm.
telling you, I only have me time like if I have a lunch break. Sometimes I use my lunch break for my me time.
Right. For like, what do you do in your me time?
Yeah, I could go to the gym, I could get a
Mm-hmm,
massage, I could
mm-hmm.
get a haircut, things that it's hard to find time to do on the weekends, right? Because I'm with the kids and then
Mm-hmm.
can't just run out for a haircut for 2 hours. I mean, you
Totally.
could, but,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
want to spend time with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you just make time for yourself. You
Yes.
have to make your own time.
I know. Yeah, you do. You do.
Yeah. Working moms, it's a challenge.
It is, but it's fulfilling,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, like it's fulfilling because you can eventually find a balance between that. Like you can carry on with your job, like you have a lot of satisfaction there.
Hmm.
And you also feel that you have a few hours at home every night if you could.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And well, they're in school for the rest of the day. So
Yes. Especially now that they're older, they're in
yeah.
school anyway, so you don't
Mm-mm.
feel that you're missing out that much.
So yeah, I mean, what advice do you have for high-powered career women balancing family life and work life, or ones that are struggling to find a partner? Do you have to know a lot of people who haven't found anyone, who have trouble finding someone if they missed like that window that you were talking about?
I think so, but I think in the end, they still find someone. So I think you just have to put in the effort and be open to it, right? I do think that sometimes there are some of our friends that we've kind of given up on, but then they, find
Mm.
someone at the end,
Oh, okay,
right? I
okay.
kind of gave up on you, and then, you found someone. So I think there is hope. I think,
Right,
there's
right.
someone out there. I mean, of course, not
Yeah.
everyone has to find a partner, right? But if you want to, just put yourself out there.
Yeah, like no matter how busy, I think it's like a matter of intention,
Yes.
right? Like you, even though, but you have a lot of energy.
Yes.
That's you. I mean, at least back then, like you can work the whole day and you can still come out
True.
like sort of refreshed and
I
ready to
understand.
party. That's
Yes.
you, right?
Yes, but that gives you energy, right? Because you can't just be sitting at your desk all day. You might want some relaxation and having fun to balance
Okay,
out
okay.
all the hard work.
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. And how do you de-stress now? Like what's your favorite
Working
way?
out,
Working out?
meditation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
Pilates. Pilates is good. Boxing, because I think that's like
Oh,
stress relief.
Thai boxing?
Yes.
Muay Thai?
Yeah, it's just punching it's just
Ah,
stress relief. No, I think it's good, especially
totally.
if you're pissed at someone or your
Yeah.
client. You can imagine,
Uh-huh.
oh, you know,
Yes, yes,
just
yes.
give yourself some stress relief. Whatever people like to do, just do it, right? And I think being with kids, my kids at least,
Mm-mm.
it helps me a lot, right? Because they're not stressful. I guess sometimes if you're doing homework with them, but they're kids are, at least my kids, they're always quite happy. They're
Mm-mm.
always optimistic and positive. So I think that
Mm-hmm.
helps. It kind of,
Good,
yeah,
good,
when you
good.
hang out with them,
I
you
think
become
your
positive
husband's
too.
more stressful than you in that way because he's the one who has to deal with them the whole
Oh
day.
yeah,
You
I'm
just deal
sure.
with them for a few hours. Of
I
course,
know.
you only see their happy
That's
side.
true. That's
I know
true.
that because I deal with my son like the whole day, and
So
I'm
you're
the
the
one who
opposite,
like
yeah.
blows up, and then my
Yeah.
husband comes back, and of
It's
course,
like, oh, he's an angel. Yeah,
exactly, yeah,
that's
yeah.
fair. See? So it's never easy either way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Um, so yeah, do you think like you really have your husband to thank
Yes.
for taking care of that stuff?
Yes. I mean, just find what works for you, right? Not everyone wants a husband, like it sometimes, and it's always not always planned because, as you can tell, I'm not a big planner for my
Mm,
life, but
mm.
um, sometimes it's fate, or you take the opportunity, or you make things work. So, people, you can't always think only one way and this is the way it has to work. And I feel like people should be flexible and
Mm, mm,
work
mm.
things out, right?
Hey, but when you decided to take up your Beijing job, you
Yeah,
had to move over there. You moved for 10 years in
I
Beijing,
know.
right? That's crazy. Yeah.
It was crazy. I think that was it was unexpected. And I was actually surprised that my husband was very supportive and he wanted to go.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Especially he doesn't speak
I know, but
Mandarin.
he loved it and he
Oh,
still loves
really?
it. Yes.
The cultural shock maybe. Like he likes that.
Well, I think we've been in Hong Kong for so long, or he's been in Hong Kong
Mm,
for a long
mm,
time, right?
mm.
So he
Right, right,
wanted
right,
to
right.
see something different.
Okay,
And China,
okay.
is developing a lot and changing a lot. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. And being a Chinese person,
Mm-hmm,
uh,
mm-hmm.
or a Hong Kongese person and living in
Mm-hmm,
China,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
you
So
get to actually see what Chinese culture is, because we have different cultures, right? I would say in Hong
yes,
Kong.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So there's pros and cons, but it was very interesting 10 years. And the kids still love it. My
Mm-hmm.
elder now likes Hong Kong. because there's
Mm.
Sephora. She's getting to the age where she
Oh,
likes
makeup, right?
shopping
Mm,
and
mm, mm,
right.
mm, 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 mm.
But Beijing is very nice. There's lots of open space for kids to play. Hong Kong's a little bit crowded in that sense.
Yeah, yeah. So I was just thinking, how did your husband, like, how did you guys negotiate this role? Because when you knew that it would be like a challenge for you to take up a partnership there, then did he volunteer to say, okay, I'm gonna like stay at home and take care of the kids, or how did that go on?
There was not a lot of negotiation, but I think when I was offered the opportunity to move to China, he was supportive, and then
Mm,
second he
mm,
said,
mm.
but he's gonna have to quit his job because he doesn't
Oh,
speak Chinese. But
right, right,
and
right.
then just at the same time, literally the month before we moved, I got pregnant with my elder one.
Oh,
Yes, so it kind of just kind of fell into place.
okay,
Yeah, we didn't
okay.
plan it. But yeah, so once we got there,
Mm,
we're
mm,
busy moving in and then busy nesting, whatever.
mm,
Anyways, and
mm.
then Raleigh came and, then busy taking care of the kid.
Oh,
Yeah, he
okay,
was good. He was
okay.
he was supposed to be doing his own thing, like he was writing a book at the time.
Oh,
Yeah, but
on
then once
what?
the
On
kids
what?
came, it was it's kids culinary kind of book.
Oh, really?
Yes, that was his
Okay.
idea.
Because
But
he's like a cooking
yeah, he
expert.
likes cooking, right? He likes art.
Oh, okay.
But then the kids came and he
Right,
didn't
right,
even
right,
have
right.
time, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you can't plan for everything, but it just kind of fell into place.
Okay.
We didn't have negotiations really. Other than the
Okay, okay.
negotiation, let's move to Beijing
Right, right,
for a
right,
few
right,
years.
right, right,
And he
right.
was supportive. And then things happened and we just went with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, so he gets to do more of his own thing now, right? Now that
Yes.
you've moved back.
Well, even in Beijing, right, as they got older, he could do more of his own things
Okay, okay.
when they're at school,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes. Well, yeah, it's interesting how things just fell into place
Yes.
without really actively negotiating.
But I feel like I'm a big believer of that, right?
A fate.
Yes, of fate and just kind of dealing with what the cards you've been dealt and right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And well, of course, he has to be very open-minded too.
Yes,
Because
true.
like if for maybe some people they're like saying, well, hey, I want to do my own thing too,
That's true. Yeah.
so he had to sacrifice as well. Like
Yes.
he had to be the one while you took on that job. Like
Yes.
you had no choice, right? You're already committed to move, and then
Yes.
you got pregnant, and then he was sort of the one who had to
Yeah.
deal with things at
Yes.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad that that worked
I
out,
know.
and there were no complaints from him. Were there?
Not really. I mean, I think it's an unspoken, it's not something you can describe, but when you get along with someone and you have similar values and similar goals, you kind of work things out, right? Like, your husband's other friends' marriages, that's kind of, I don't think you can agree the whole construct, but you kind of have a general
Yeah.
sense, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was what I'm thinking. When you're dating, you can't really gauge the values by
Yeah, it's not like fill in
verbally.
this
Yeah,
form. Yeah.
exactly. Like but you do through conversation.
Yes.
Like the three values we say in Chinese, like
Mm.
life values, material
Mm.
values, and marriage values.
Oh, okay. When you're dating someone, you have a sense, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like if they're
yeah.
never supportive of your career, right? They're
Yeah.
complaining if you work too much,
Right, right, right,
then it
right.
probably wouldn't work, right?
Yes,
Because I was
yes.
working a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Hmm.
and you're right. Like when you met him, you were
Mm.
already working a lot,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah. I
he
had to
didn't.
cancel vacations, right? And he rode
Oh,
with it. It was pretty chill.
oh,
So that's why it
oh,
works
okay,
out, right?
okay.
Because you don't change who you are, right?
Oh,
Mm.
okay. Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So he like throughout, he never complained about you working so
No.
much. Do your daughters complain? I
Yes,
know they do.
they do. Kids always like, I want mommy to take me, right?
Right, right,
But
right,
yeah,
right.
but they're also supportive, I think,
Yeah. Do
right?
you take them along some of your work trips? Do
I
you?
do sometimes. Like sometimes we try to combine it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But now
So
that
it
they're
can
older,
work
it's
out.
harder,
The
right?
school,
Yeah,
there's
you
more
can't take them
school.
out of school.
Finally, I want to ask you, do you believe that women can have it all? Whatever that term means. And yeah, in social jargon, it means like having both a career and a
Uh-huh.
family life.
Yes. So you can have it all, but it's never perfect, right? It's not like never the right amount of work and the right amount of family time, right? And you sometimes have to sacrifice one for the other, right? Sometimes let's say I maybe, can't go to my kids' recital or birthday, because I have a work trip or I'm somewhere else, right? So it happens, but so it's not, it depends on how you view what the definition is, but I think you could have both. It's just that I don't think it should be 100% of both. You never get 100% of
Okay,
what you
okay,
want, right?
okay.
But I think you can make it work for yourself in a way that you're content and happy with what you have. But it's never going to be perfect. And everyone talks about this. I talk about this with my
Yeah.
sister, right?
Yeah,
She's a
yeah,
doctor, and
yeah.
we're always
Yeah.
like, you can never do like 100% great job both at work and at home at the same time. Don't be so hard on yourself,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Do the
yeah,
best you
yeah.
can.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't be the mom that's there every single day for a pickup. Sorry, but you pick maybe the more important things that you try to make an effort for.
But
Yes.
what about vice versa? Like, have you ever tried, like, you have sacrificed some of your work to deal with the family stuff? Does it work the other way?
It does, right? Sometimes you don't go to a work meeting
Can you, like, Skype that?
or you sometimes have to like it just I think you do, but you can't there are deadlines that you can't not meet, right? So usually family is a bit more flexible. So you try to that's the easier one to sacrifice. So you try to balance, right? You know what I mean? Like I said, like I still try to finish my work every day, but you try to take that little time in between to do some family time.
Okay, you
But
make
not
it
every
up
day
to
you
them.
can. Yeah.
Yeah, you try
Yeah.
to make it up to them
Yeah.
some other
But you do the
way.
important moments, and I think it's also a good example to set for your kids, right?
Yeah,
That,
yeah, yeah.
working hard, be serious and be dedicated to something that, your job. I think it's good. It's a good,
Good role model
yeah,
to
right? You don't want
aspire
your kid
to.
to necessarily be like, oh, mom's so lazy and she just skives all the time,
Right,
right?
yeah.
So I think in some ways
To make
it could be good
something
for
for
them.
themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Work hard for what you want to achieve, I guess. Yeah.
What are your aspirations for the future? Like, what would you want to achieve ultimately? Like, now that you're already at the top, would you say that you are? You're a partner
Like,
in like a world-renowned law firm. So
I
what else do you
think
want?
no, I think probably I do want to step back at some point in the future, right? I mean, not in the near future, but I do think look forward to the dream, right? Doing something that requires less hours, right? But still meaningful to you, and being able to spend more time, not just with the kids, but also with our parents. They're getting older, right? And so having a bit more me time. Uh, I think that's a challenge because uh, by the time you retire, you're kind of older too, and like you want to do all these things, but the kids are older. I'm trying to balance being able to do all that while they're still in the house,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They
and
wouldn't
see
like.
your parents before they're like too old
Yeah.
and sick. All of
I
that.
know.
I mean, we're
I
constantly
know.
balancing, no? But
Yes,
yeah,
for sure.
but I do eventually want to do that, but just not yet. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much, Denise, for
Sure.
sharing your valuable life experience with
No,
us.
you're welcome. And,
Yeah.
I hope everyone finds their way and finds whatever works for them in life.
Yeah, it's very good inspiration for a lot of women out there who are trying to balance like having a successful career and trying to find a partner or trying to have a successful family life too.
Yeah, you're not alone, right? We all have to work through it, and you'll work through it. Yeah, there are ways to work through it.
Okay, so thank you so much for being here. Remember to subscribe to Love and Life Sorted so you don't miss an episode. And remember to follow our IG page if you want to see more fun stuff. And if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, I invite you to do so for more insider stuff and exciting news. Okay, so see you all next week. Bye.